What is up, everybody out there in the YouTube, Facebook lands? How we doing?
God, you and the YouTube.
Out on Instagram, on Snapchat stories. How are we doing? How are we doing on this wonderful Monday evening, the first Monday evening of March?
Already.
Yeah. You know what this is, guys? This is episode 5.
This
is episode 5 already.
Nice.
Straight up. And that is no cap. That is no cap.
Austin
says, hello, Blanket Heads. What is up, Austin?
And wait till you guys see what we do for episode 12, like the 1 year mark. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up, Butter.
We've not talked about that at all.
But I have no idea what's happening right now.
We don't even know what we're doing for that yet, but it's going to be awesome. So, Austin says he's watching through Daily Motion, so awesome, because that's relevant. It's a very relevant streaming service, I believe. So,
is that a streaming service?
I don't even know if it's a streaming service. Anyway, look, guys, we're here. We're here with the legend, the Cranfield, the Dustin Cranfield.
No. Cranberry
Field. My mom always, she would say, Cranberry Fields forever. Yeah, like she would sing that.
Is that a song?
It's a
no
Beatles song.
It's a Beatles song.
Yeah, it's a Beatles song. So mom would say that.
There's Kayla. What's up, Kayla?
What is up, Kayla? Man, we're so glad you guys have joined in. We're so glad that you're still with us. This is, like I said, this is episode 5. This is pretty great. This is awesome. But hey, let me tell you something, Austin. Do you know who you can call if you need a house?
I do.
Who?
I got a guy.
I know
who's
a
your guy.
Do you know a guy?
I know a guy.
Do you know a guy?
Bubba, who's your guy?
Who's your
My
guy?
guy is James Lacombe.
James Lacombe, Caldwell Banker.
Caldwell Bankers.
That's crazy because he's my guy too.
Look at
there
that.
He is right there.
There he
is.
is.
Looks fantastic.
Wait. He's actually right.
Yeah.
Here,
for all of your,
I can't.
For all of your blanket fort needs, James Lacombe. That's what it is.
Yeah. Over there, that guy.
Yes.
That's the one.
Preston Malone. Yeah. Woot. What is up, Preston Malone?
What's going on, Preston?
Woot, woot. Guys, we're here with Cranberry, the Dustin Cranfield, the Cranberry. Listen, I got it. Like, you look at him now, and he's got this beard going on. He's looking all rustic, looking amazing. That mustache, dude, is amazing. I got to say.
I appreciate it.
I got to say.
It's a lot of work.
It does.
It does. I'm jealous of it.
It takes a lot of work. But I will say this. When I first met Cranberry, and I was at a daddy-daughter dance at Meigs County. It was in high school. Freshman.
I'm fixing to have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Talk about the same kind of daddy.
So freshman year, we were in study hall.
Oh, yeah.
And have you guys ever seen the show Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
Yes.
This right here, he looked just like Corey Matthews back in the day. Because he was clean shaven. He's got the curly, like the real short curls. Tight curls. Yeah. Dude, and so I called him Curly
Matthews.
Matthews.
He made me sign I gave him, like,
the yearbook signature or whatever. I had to write Corey Matthews on it. It's like you can't write Dustin or anything like that. You got to put Corey Matthews. So
He
I was like,
did.
okay,
Oh, my
I
God.
will.
He did. So yeah, this was Corey Matthews, man, and we just kicked it off from that. We were doing origami.
Oh,
Like, dude, we were in freshman year
I
just
got
doing.
paid for origami, bro.
I paid you for that origami. It was me.
that one time.
Speaking of origami, I remember one time. So me and Bob go to, I don't know how old we were, but we go to the nursing home in Dayton. And you made it amazing flowers out of like, was it tissue?
It was
Or
it was Kleenex.
Kleenex, right?
Yeah,
But,
pipe
but
cleaners.
it like stood perfectly, and it was a gorgeous rose. And we go into this old lady's room, and like we present it, and he makes it for her, and she loved it so much that when we tried to leave the room, we're like halfway down the hallway, and then we hear, "Hey, come back out!" Like it was the sweetest thing.
it
Like,
was.
She loved it so much.
It
my
was,
Lord.
and so like I mean like so we gave her more, and then we had to leave, but then she escaped. So she's like,
Wait,
so then I'm not kidding. In his wheelchair, rolling down the, and like I felt bad, but now we're running from this lady.
he did the sweet thing.
And she's like, she was
It
serious. She
went
was
from
like,
it went from Hallmark to horror film.
come back. You know, and I will say, and I'm not going to get in too many details, but we were in a Christian school when I was younger, and so we're like, you know, we're like 10, 12 years old, somewhere around there, you know, and but in nursing homes, like they're adults, they are consenting adults, so if they want to do
Yes.
things in the room,
Yeah.
you just let them do it. So
You can't do anything about it.
we didn't know that, so we were going
I
there.
didn't know that.
We were going there. And I mean, I'm like 10, 11 years old. I'm not even kidding. We've got these little things that we made, like we're like little church kids. And of course we kind of just split off from the group because I'm like, I don't want to be with the rest of the group, right? And so I legit, like I walk in this door and just bust in this door. And this lady was, yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
I was
Oh.
scarred. I was scarred.
No.
I mean, I was like,
Oh, it was a solo act.
it was a solo act.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
I'm not kidding,
Oh,
man.
my Lord.
I'm not kidding. And I mean, so we were
That
not.
explains
yeah.
so much.
Yeah, so we had to have a
been
buddy
messed up for
system
a long
after that.
time.
Yes.
That's what that happened a lot, but
No, whenever I worked in
Wait,
Decatur,
you returned?
no.
He went back.
like, I volunteered every opportunity I could.
No, that didn't happen.
It became a thing.
I'll take as many flowers as they want.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's payment, of course.
yes. So yeah, I mean, so that's what happened.
Oh, my
but that's,
God.
I mean, that's how we were origami people, and then we ended up having. you can tell by looking at us. I mean, like you know how you can look at people
or
and just be like, hey, those guys do origami.
you know what?
Hey, I was like,
I bet they can make a.
come check out my bedroom, bro.
Yeah,
Pull out this little thing.
yeah.
You have brochures.
Dude.
And it's just paper.
It was
Just square
Just-
pieces of paper.
but like a lot of really nice paper. You
Oh,
know what I'm
like,
saying? Like
super-
straight.
It's got good
It's
texture.
not American
it
paper,
is not
Yeah.
made of paper. It is made of
but it's
paper.
not Canadian paper either.
It's not.
So that's awesome. Yeah, I used to. I mean, we literally hung out all the time,
Yeah, nonstop.
all the time, nonstop. I practically lived at your house.
You did live at my house, and whenever you didn't live with me, I basically lived with you.
Facts. Yeah, like it was literally like, and your mom, like I still to this day, whew, Kim.
She will
I
be
still love you.
watching, So.
I still love you, Kim. I know you're out there. Still love you. Was that what did Mike Weldon say?
He said, "I just ate, so better warning would be nice."
Sorry, Mike.
Oh, that happened.
Yeah, that just kind of
The
yeah.
visual is just so
It is,
much
it
better.
is so,
Oh,
but yeah, but anyway, but yeah, so we were like all the time at your house. Like I slept on his floor. I don't know why I didn't sleep. I just slept on your floor.
I had
but
like a gigantic bed. You could have slept up there. But
you could have,
but
I
you
could
just
have,
didn't.
but like I didn't want to have to say like no homo every time.
Yeah.
So it was just
No,
like
I-
you know, yeah.
It's like, you know what? I'll just sleep on the
Yeah.
floor.
No, he wasn't in the bed. He
I
was in
wasn't
the front
in the
too.
bed either.
Perfectly made. Like with the,
Y'all cuddled in the floor. No homo.
Yeah. So fun fact about this dude though, he is and I don't know if you've written anything lately, but he has always been a killer songwriter. So we need to get him
In
to
the
write a
studio.
song, and we need to get you back in the studio, dude, because I know we recorded some of those like when we were younger, but straight up,
Dude, I would love to do it now.
dude,
And he's
he
taking
wrote
up
a song.
piano.
Yeah, dude, I can
he
play
wrote
piano now. So
he
Did he
wrote a
write
song
Fireworks?
called
Yeah.
Fireworks.
That was
Yeah.
for my wife.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember you showing me
He
that
wrote a
song,
song
and I was
called
like, dude.
Fireworks.
Like, I know
And-
that you had that out there tucked in your pocket, and you didn't actually write it from me. I was
No,
like,
no,
totally
I
did.
can attest to that. I can
Yeah.
attest to
Yes.
that. Yeah, he wrote the song Fireworks.
So good.
And before Katy Perry ever kissed a girl and liked it.
Right?
That is a fact.
Listen,
Even
I,
before she wrote on a
Are
dark
we
horse.
still be-
Yes,
Are
before
we
she
still-
wrote in on a dark
Are we still
horse.
beefing with her? Are we still
I'm
beefing?
still beefing with
I-
Katy Perry.
I would.
Yeah. Well, I've been in I've been in a very long public feud with her.
It's all over TMZ.
Also,
Katy Perry wrote a different Fireworks. It's not the good Fireworks. But that, and then one of my all-time favorite songs ever was Distance. And actually, you let me record that song one time, and it's still just an amazing song. But
I
so we gotta
remember
get
that. Now you say I remember that song.
That's
Yeah.
it's an
Distance,
amazing
yeah.
song. I mean, that
Oh.
was
dude, that's been a long
Probably
time
almost
ago.
20.
yeah.
I remember
Easily 20
back
years.
in Loudon
We-
School, you helped
we-
us with searching for it.
Oh yeah.
That
That's
was
right.
a
That's right.
classic.
Yeah, we used to
Dude,
write.
yeah.
We used to write all the time. Like I would. It was weird. This is not. We're just gonna go ahead and let you know. It was usually when one of us was pooping. Like we were.
Almost every time.
Just about
Because
every
you
time.
When you would
or
write
me be
songs?
in the
Yeah,
shower.
yeah. One of
so
us would be in the shower with it closed.
The
Like
other
we
one
would
would
be,
be on the
you know, with a guitar.
Every time.
Yeah, not like just like
The
sitting in the
acoustics
shower.
So
are
you're
so
painting
good,
this, painting me
the
a story.
acoustics in the
Have the
shower.
water on?
I wasn't painting the shower.
No.
Sitting in the shower.
He wasn't painting the
He was painting the bowl. Of
He was
the
painting the
toilet
bowl.
I was in the shower with an acoustic,
Yeah.
no water on, no water on. Yeah,
Write so many songs.
it's
down.
amazing songs.
So
out of
many.
that.
It's great
That's the
acoustics.
best. That and we would go out and like it was just like the typical like high school like
It
teen
was.
movie because we'd be sitting on your roof.
Yeah, like on the car. Like,
Oh my
There's,
gosh.
like,
it really is. Like you think like, oh, it's not. Nobody really
It
does
is,
that.
yeah.
No, we did that.
yeah, we
Yeah.
absolutely did that.
Remember
You
when
and
we
four other
recorded
people.
ourselves?
Austin, I do beef with Dolly as well.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
me and Dolly and me and Katy Perry, we've had a very long outstanding feud.
Do you remember whenever we recorded our first ever like stuff, and it was crap. I mean, it
Oh,
was
it's-
garbage. Absolutely
It
garbage.
was really bad.
It was not for anybody's ears to
But
hear.
Yeah.
in the moment,
But we put it in my CD player in the car.
Yeah,
And dude, we cranked that thing as loud as it would go, and
We
rode
went-
around Decatur.
We
And
did.
It wasn't early.
Yeah.
It was like 12.
yeah,
It was like 12 in the morning.
it was.
And
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
we weren't
Yeah.
even supposed to be out then, but
Yeah, because there was a curfew, but we also. Do you remember when we were at there was some baseball game and we had to be the cool kids with the acoustic?
Dude,
we're
yes.
sitting behind the plate, right? Like the huge, massive like gate, right?
that was my cousin's softball game. or
Something like
Yeah.
that. Dude, I'm playing his guitar because we're that guy. We're those
We
guys.
are.
We're those guys at a
Those
baseball
men.
game. We got the acoustic guitar. You know, we listen to kind of emo music, and then we tried to do like the swoop. You know,
Yeah.
I tried to do the swoop,
Yes.
but it couldn't. But it didn't.
I wish
had
I
hair at
remembered
one
to
time.
bring
I had too much of a
I wish I would have
Yeah.
remembered to bring that. I found a picture of that hair.
Dude, yes, I saw it on Sunday. That's amazing.
Oh, did she?
Naked, yes.
Oh, she
Okay.
brought all the pictures
So,
to church.
so here's what was amazing about that is we're playing, and dude hits it, pops up over the fence, and hits his guitar, and like,
What?
and
Nailed
and
it.
I, everybody that was sitting in those stands were like, freaking yes, yes.
the universe.
out of all places,
Bro,
I
it
know,
was just
right?
Meant to be.
It was meant to be. It was meant to
Oh,
be.
my
So
Lord.
we deserved that.
That is the
We
universe's
deserve that.
STFU.
That is amazing.
It really was. It
It's
was
like, okay, I'll leave now.
all right.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I mean, that was us. That was us as kids. We were listening to Under Oath. We went to a couple.
Dude.
We went to Under
Under
Oath
Oath.
concert.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
was I not so sick?
It was an amazing concert. It
It
really,
really
was. We saw Norma Jean. Well, no, the drummer from Norma Jean was playing
Drummer
with.
from Norma Jean.
somebody.
Animals as leaders. Remember
They were
them?
killer.
Dude,
Amazing.
they were instrumental, fully instrumental. We were like,
First time we ever heard of them, it was just sick.
Typically, instrumentalists are the
Best
ones that are the
band.
most
Yes.
just like mind blowing.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are so good at what they do.
Yeah.
Dude, it was sick. Remember
Like
they
Buckethead.
each had like eight string guitars.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
And
no
they
bass.
played
There was
them
no
like-
bass.
But they played them like a bass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They didn't play it
Yeah.
like a guitar. They played it like a bass.
Speaking of bands, there's a band that we're gonna see. Is it like March? I want to say 30th.
What are you talking about?
Is Dirty Loops?
Oh, that's on. It's on Easter.
Is it March? Oh,
It's on
Day?
Easter. Yeah.
So, have you heard of Dirty Loops?
I think you brought it up to me.
Dirty Loops is amazing.
Dude,
Check out Dirty Loops.
Where's that
It's
at?
amazing.
Three-piece band.
They're from
So-
Sweden.
No,
but it's,
where?
It's in. It's in
You showed it to
Atlanta.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
The
showed it
Over
to
the
me.
Horizon.
They're
Yeah.
instrumental.
How do I not
Yeah.
know about this?
Yeah.
You
It's-
jerk.
No, I just found out.
You're a jerk.
We just found out. But there's
Dang,
tickets.
you were invited.
And you
No
were.
one invited me to anything.
We had
This is the
season
first
tickets.
time I've seen either of
Who
you.
was the girl that you invited last week or whatever?
It was Diana.
Right here.
It was Diana.
Yes.
Diana, you're welcome to
Diana.
go there
Yes,
too.
this is
Diana,
this is
flowers.
this is the second time there was a UT Vols football game that I was not invited
you can
to.
totally go because it's the tickets are super cheap and it's all like it's a very small intimate
Yeah,
room.
it's like $20,
There's no
bro.
seats. Yeah, you can totally go. Yeah,
But they're incredible, dude.
they are
Oh,
amazing.
dude, I'll check out some more stuff.
Yeah, but
Okay, well, now hang on just a second. We need to back up because I heard about a story that I didn't know about.
right.
And so you were talking about the fact that, like, you know, you wrote that song for your wife, and she's quite, you know,
Which by the way,
which
before-
apparently is kind of it's kind of funny because I love your wife. She is like a quiet mastermind, and it terrifies me, but in such a good way
yes.
because it's your wife, and I love it. But anyway, so the thing that I was thinking about in the fact that she knew you well enough to know that there was a chance that there was a song in your pocket from a hot minute ago where you were like, no, I wrote this for you. And she's like,
Yeah,
bro,
right.
bro. Like,
That's
you know,
exactly how it
but
went.
you did. But I
Yeah.
know
I
you
did.
did write that song
I
for her.
did.
I know that
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
But what's even better, though, is that you and your wife almost met.
So many times.
Yeah.
Like one time in specific. And,
So-
and y'all got to talk about
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
well, first of all, shout out to Sky because Sky's
What's up,
awesome.
girl?
Love you,
Sky,
guys.
Dustin, you got your wife Sky. You got 3 boys,
Three.
right?
Yep.
Bentley, Maddox, Milo, right? What are the ages there?
So you got 10, about to be will be 11 this year, and then Maddox is about to be 8, and
Yeah.
then Milo is 2.
2. That's awesome.
Lord.
All bunch
yeah.
of the cutest little curly headed kids.
I
you
just
ever
got
seen in your life.
tired.
Yeah.
Yes.
The curly
Yeah.
hair.
You
Bro.
got your hot mom Kim. I mean, we all know it. Like I listen.
Hot bomb Kim.
I was like,
There it is.
I made him so
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
you knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming. She knew it was coming. Everybody
Yes.
knew it was coming. So
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So, but no. So you, yeah. So I get a phone call
Well,
one night.
wait, hold on. Before we do that, since we're talking about him, talking about the family,
Yeah.
like we got to talk about the fact that like you and your wife are amazing
Oh yeah, dude, you got your
floor
business.
installers.
Thank you.
Like
Give it a shout
this
out.
is
Give it a shout out.
small business owner.
Yeah,
I mean,
flooring installation. You can check us out on Facebook. Basically, every picture that we've ever done is
Yeah.
on there.
yeah, and they've been in my house. They put carpet down some
And we
steps.
didn't take anything.
No, nothing at all.
So
Nothing
Matter
you're
of
aware
fact,
of.
I even told him I was going to do something, and I did it. And he was
And
like, "Oh my God!"
it was
Yeah.
the greatest thing ever. He
Because I
caught his
told him,
whole field on fire.
I told him I was like, "I'm gonna go set the field on fire," which really meant I was gonna go burn the burn pile.
Right.
Next thing you know,
But I actually set the field on fire, like
That's
three,
amazing.
like
When
3
they walks in,
acres.
we're like, "Hey, what's going on?" We heard siren. She's like, "Kevin got the field on fire."
Yeah.
We're like, "He said he was gonna do this."
You know what is awesome?
And that happened.
That
so.
is awesome.
Which is also funny because I was trying to get the carpet. Like the only carpet I have in my house is on steps because I don't
Right.
want to die.
Right.
And
Nobody
slick,
wants to fall down the
slick steps, you know, bad news. So I talked to him beforehand, talked to him at church, and he's like, okay, look, he's like, do not buy the cheap carpet.
Right.
Like the cheap carpet it's hard. It don't like to bend around stairs. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So I have a guy, David Cowan, a great friend of mine, and he turns me on this place where you can get they have some remnants and things like that. So you're not paying crazy money, but I just needed enough to do the steps down, a landing, and the steps down, and a small landing again. So
Right.
I don't need 2 rooms of carpet, So I'm talking to him. He's like, yeah, just don't buy the cheap stuff. I'm like, okay, not a problem. So I go down to this place, and me and Renee find this remnant, perfect color, great carpet, really nice. And he's like, yeah, this is actually a really nice piece of carpet. So we get it home. He shows up, and he's in there, and we've got everything cleaned up, ready to go. And he starts to lay the carpet, and it's about 10 minutes has gone by. And I walk in, and he goes, you remember how I told you not to get the cheap carpet? And I was like, yes. I was like, I do remember that. And I made sure I didn't. He's like, yeah, you went to the other end of the spectrum. And just so you know, this stuff is probably stiffer than the cheap carpet.
That's awesome.
I was like, I'm sorry.
That is so awesome.
But if you could see the steps, man, like
Austin said,
it's amazing.
Austin said, and if you need a house to put those floors in, call James. There we go. John Pork. I don't know who John Pork is, but I love your name.
That is my son.
Oh,
I love it.
That is Billy.
I love
John
it.
Pork.
The funny
John
thing is,
Pork.
he's not even supposed to have Facebook.
That's awesome.
okay.
well,
So
he,
now we
he
know.
doesn't. John Pork does.
John Pork.
right.
I wonder. I wonder.
That is
I wonder if
awesome.
that's a play on the
Deb,
name John
shout
Wick.
out to Deb, Skylar's mom.
You would think
Hey.
so because he is a huge John Wick fan.
Is he a
Right.
huge John Wick
He
fan?
is.
Right. And-
Confirm if that's a
But
John Wick
apparently
play.
there's like
Also-
a TikTok thing.
He probably likes pork. I mean, I like pork.
I
Bro,
like pork.
barbecue?
Dude,
is
barbecue.
my-
I ate barbecue right before this.
Okay, hold on. Okay, and so anyway, I had to make sure that like,
Right.
he's been in my house. He laid the linoleum in our kitchen, did a fantastic job. Gave me some great pointers for my living room floor where I was having some issues, and basically it was take it up and do it again.
You also did my carpet as well.
Oh, God.
So I did. I just went.
Do your carpet.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Yeah.
And let me
So
tell you,
anyway,
I had
so-
the privilege to work with Cran for a little while.
Yeah.
I'll
You
tell
did,
man,
yeah.
That was, dude. We had so much fun.
Bro,
So much fun. And
so
one of my
much.
favorite things to do was like when we found a house that had a piano.
Every
Like, I
single
had
time.
to, right?
Every single time.
But like one time we didn't even work that day. We just wrote a song. You know what I'm saying?
that was all we did. He just sat in the car. My wife is sitting at home right now, and she is like, "I'm gonna kill me."
Okay,
Because
all
she
right.
was pregnant and couldn't work.
Yeah.
And
She was like,
and
"You
so
guys are getting nothing done."
and so yeah. So Cranberry,
correct.
Cranberry, and Bubba are working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, so let's back up. Speaking of your wife, let's back up
Right.
to this. This is an amazing
Yeah,
story.
So I get a phone call one night. It's like probably like 11 o'clock. You're at my house.
Yeah.
All right. You're literally
Of course,
this far
always.
away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe closer.
Right. Maybe
I mean,
we
you
were.
never
You were.
know.
I was either in your lap or you were in my lap. Either
That's
way.
very true.
And it was consensual. Not like that though. It wasn't
No,
like
no,
that.
no,
Like
no,
we
no.
just,
Okay, let's
you
just
know,
move on.
We didn't. Okay.
Mutual understanding.
So I'm on the phone. I pick up the phone. I get a phone call. It's a restricted number, right? And I could tell that the other person on the phone was trying to prank call me, and they were struggling a little bit. Now I love pranks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love it. I'm down with it. And so I'm like, they were just like, they kind of chickened out. I could tell it was the female. Okay. Kind of chickened out. I said, hey, no, you're good. You got this. All right, let's just start over. I'm like, let's just start over. Like, we got this.
Of-
All right.
of course
All right,
you
now,
did.
Let's start again. All right. Hello. You know? And then they would try again. I'm like, okay, all right.
exercise.
I'm like, look, all right, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. If you just start, okay, just calm yourself, get your composure right. So I walked her through it, and it was great. I felt like it was a good character building moment for both of us. You know,
Young
And-
Potaway.
and we got off the phone. Now, that was your soon to be, soon,
Not
but
even
like
soon.
not even soon. Like we
Yeah.
just
To be wife.
yeah, to be
be
wife.
wife.
That was
Yeah.
your to be wife. and so it's just crazy how there were so many instances where like you guys almost came in contact.
Oh yeah.
Almost came in contact, but didn't.
She would tell me about how she would go to the church down in the youth group,
Right.
which I played in.
Yeah. And then
For-
you would
for
be like
years.
upstairs, and then she
Yeah.
would go upstairs, and you'd come down. It was like
It was just
It was literally like the little rascals.
It's like magnets,
It
the
is
two
like a
negatives.
little
Where
rascals.
two kids
Yes.
went to find each other.
Yes.
And they were like, just missed each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's exactly why our relationship. I mean,
You know,
it's crazy.
you know. In all fairness, the fact that she didn't see you then is probably the reason you're married today.
Oh, it's absolutely.
100.
Oh, absolutely. She has told me so many times. She's like, "You are not my type at all." I'm like, yeah, I get it.
that's awesome.
I do love your wife though. She
Yeah.
is
Oh,
the
my
quiet
gosh.
mastermind. Like I
Hey,
love that.
Don't let it fool you.
She's straight
She,
ghetto.
she is straight up.
Straight up
I mean,
ghetto.
like she probably scrapped.
She grew up. Oh, dude. She grew up. The place that she like built it up. She
Right.
was like, "Hey, you know, I grew up in a really
Yeah.
rough place." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So we go down there,
Yeah.
and I walked in a gas station, and I was like, "Okay."
Oh, I get it.
Okay.
I get it. There's
So-
bars over the. Okay.
So then we get back in the car, and the GPS takes us downtown. She's like, "So this is downtown, and that's the hospital." She said, "This is the worst neighborhood in the whole city."
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, okay. So how do we get out of here?" So she was like, "Well, we're gonna get out of here right now. Just turn down here, and we'll get out." But I was like not expecting it, but it was.
That's amazing.
I don't ever
Y'all
want
in
to go back
gas stations.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, we were talking about
there.
it.
So many gas stations.
There was the
stories.
gas station in Athens. Like we pulled in. I was in my mom's car. It was an Oldsmobile. It was one of those 1998 Oldsmobiles. You know what I'm saying? Like
It was
Sick.
a '98 Oldsmobile '88.
88, it was.
Back up again.
yeah.
That car was
no,
old when it came out.
He would pull it down in neutrals, crank it back up again, put it
Because
back
it would
in
like
drive.
like it would stall out and be like
And
a whole
nobody
technique.
even
Nobody
thinks
even
about it.
know.
Everybody would just be like,
I
Yeah.
can't imagine why.
yeah.
No.
So we stopped at a gas station and like we just pulled in and it's also in a rough part of town, right? And Cranberry opens his door and when he does, this really nice ride pulls up, right? And it's this guy that is very scary and you know, he was a black guy and he was like huge. Like he was a big dude and
Like
he
6'4",
immediately goes
450.
into like I look over and like, we're both just like, oh god, like we're gonna die. He's gonna kill us and like.
No,
he gets-
wait.
But he
Tell-
gets out.
why is he going to kill you though?
Because
you,
because
skip that.
he
The
opened
door
the
was
door,
open.
and when he opened the door, the truck, his car comes in, and like the door like scraped his entire car.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then and so he gets out, and it was kind of like his fault, but I didn't want to say it.
You
know,
never
he
verbalize
drove
it.
into
Never.
it. Right. And so Cranberry gets out, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, brother, and I'm like, oh god, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're getting shot, we're gonna die. He's like, I'm sorry, brother, and he was like, get out of here right now. We're like, okay, like, we didn't even get gas, dude. We just got in the car and left. Like,
left on
oh
empty.
man. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Nicole said, I will cut your husband's hair and beard. I promise you.
But it'll only be after Bryson's gets done.
Gosh,
I promise you. I got a couple haircuts
bro,
afterwards.
you got a long way to go. You got to keep.
Got to keep it
that.
going.
Yeah, Craig wants me to grow it out.
You got to get the.
Yeah,
full
well, you
length.
don't sleep with Cran, so I'm just
This
saying.
is true.
This is
My wife
yeah.
actually likes this. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
don't get it twisted, Bubba. I got
If
you,
I
got
grow
you,
it out there, I'll
Nicole.
tell
Tell you something
I
she
got
doesn't
you.
like, and that's up here. That's another story.
The man bun, dude. If I could do it, I would.
It's like one of
That
those
is not
things
a bun.
like,
Hold
it
up.
is.
Wait. No.
It is.
It's a
They call
croissant.
it a pineapple top. That's what they call it. It's a
Pineapple top?
No.
We need to think of another name immediately.
That's why I
I've
said
got
it's like a
one.
croissant.
But it kind of looks like a
croissant is
samurai,
cool.
right? You
Look at
know,
the con-
like, a little bit.
Oh, Cran.
What's that? Cran.
Yep,
Okay.
see?
Cran, shut your knife.
More like a knob.
James says, but if you need to sell a gas station,
That's right.
Gas station.
call James McComb,
Yeah.
call Maker, 423. I don't remember the
I don't remember the
We got
number.
it. 285.
I think you did
Austin
residential
said
on
more
there.
like a
Austin said it
knob.
too,
Yeah, like top
It
knob.
is. It's like it's a knob. It's a top
Top knob.
I like that.
That's not the word that I had. in mind.
I don't like that. What was your word? Okay. All right. We're not going to
Yeah,
ask what
yeah.
your word is.
No.
So,
Let's not go there.
okay. Yeah. So, pranking. We were always
And I'm
pranking.
just jealous. Let's be
Oh,
real.
cranking.
I got
Because I gotta,
Oh my
I
gosh,
gotta
bro.
tell you this. We have to do it. We have to we're gonna just go ahead and do it.
Don't do it, bro.
No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right here
my
live on
Lord.
Blanket Fort Chronicles right now.
I don't even know.
So we have
Wait
to.
a minute.
act like.
I know exactly where this is going.
You're not. The camera's right there. It's that camera.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Oh my lord.
The whole time I'm
that
just
one.
looking at Craig.
Oh,
Hey, how you doing? This is straight up happening right now. Now that I'm focused on the right object.
Okay. We are doing a prank call live because we used to do this all the time. I mean, and believe it or not, I could not prank call to save my life. I couldn't. I would get like 5 seconds into it and bust out laughing. I was the worst.
Okay,
prank
which
caller.
is ironic considering we've talked about on this show the fact that you have kept scammers on the phone for
That's-
multiple
yeah,
hours
I don't know.
at a time.
I mean, I
There's a
kind of grew
difference.
into it. I
Yeah.
grew
There's
into
a
it.
huge difference.
But
yeah.
man, I could not prank call because I would laugh so hard. I would
I couldn't
like,
get through.
die.
I can't go through telling
I
a joke
remember-
without
that's
laughing.
how we
much less a
bonded,
prank
bro.
call.
Yeah, but both of these guys were amazing.
The first time
Prank
that we
callers.
actually like really hung out and bonded was over a prank
It
call.
was
dude.
It really was. Like,
See,
He's like, okay,
Austin's
Bubba's
got my
cool.
prank.
It was-
That's mine.
Yes.
Is your refrigerator running?
Right,
You
yes.
better go catch it.
yes.
Like freaking Grinch or whatever.
That one we did was like 2 hours.
Oh my
On the
lord.
phone for
Dude,
2
Yes,
hours.
we were.
So long.
What?
So
So
there
Was
was
it like a refrigerator repairman?
so
Yes.
both of these actually had
Every check-
ongoing like reoccurring pranks, right? That they would do. It was the same number that they would
We'd
call.
call 'em
It was a
again.
different one. Yours. I don't even know if we can say it because I'm actually friends with her on Facebook. But
Oh no.
Oh lord.
Tammy, I'm not going to say the last name, but Tammy, you used to call
My
Tammy
mailbox
all
girlfriend?
the time. No, not the mailbox. not that one.
PK Productions.
Shout out to the mailbox. But
Oh my lord.
we didn't know her name. But we called this random number in
From
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Yep.
and
Mississippi.
but here's what's amazing about it. This lady was the sweetest lady. And you know that you knew she was like a white lady, like a blue collar white lady
100%.
because she was always like, "Oh, well, let's figure it out."
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, well, so he would call, but he would do it in a way to where it wasn't like you didn't know it was a prank, right? And so he would call, but pretend like he didn't really know English that well. And so when he would do it, he was just like, he was like, "Hello," and they're like, she's like, "Hello," and he's like, Carlos, and she's like, "No, there's no Carlos." Okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'll be her, you be you.
Are you Carlos?
No.
What?
No, no. I'm from Mississippi.
Oh God! You're actually
No, I'm being her. I'm just
God,
selling
you were
it.
so. You
I know.
sold
I
it.
was selling it.
You confused me. I thought you were like.
Okay, let's try.
Who's getting
see.
pranked here?
And see.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Hello.
Are you Carlos?
No, I'm no. Carlos doesn't live here.
Two puppy?
No, you have the wrong number. There's no Carlos that lives here.
You're not Carlos?
No, I'm not Carlos. I'm from Mississippi. You have the wrong number.
I love how, where you're from.
Yeah,
Yes, every single time. Every
and
single
then he
time.
would start crying.
I was like, oh.
And she's like, "No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
It's
my
okay.
Lord.
Just what number did you dial? What number did okay, just
It was really smart though, because you could have scammed her, because she was
Yeah.
giving out like her social security
See, that was
number.
back before. Here's the thing.
she's like-
Nowadays, people
no,
probably
you
won't
have
even
the wrong
answer
number.
your call.
I know.
Because of all of the
I
scams
wouldn't.
now.
Right.
But
100%.
back then, it was still
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
You know,
oh,
people
yeah.
actually answered
It was the best, and we called her all the time. And
We called her
every
at least-
single time.
yeah.
Like you could tell at first she's a little bit frustrated, and she was just like, "No,
But
you
she would
have the
stay
wrong
on
number."
now, I think by like the last one,
Yeah.
she was like completely
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm done now.
Yeah.
I know it's you guys. Just
Okay, the
stop.
question is, do you have that number?
No.
I wish we had that.
Oh,
number.
my God.
Oh my gosh. That was so funny. We call her now, and she's like,
Well, so the number's
You don't
changed and it's
understand.
Carlos.
she's like, "I
actually
found Carlos."
All these years later,
Carlos lives with me. We've been waiting for
Carlos
you.
is in there.
we got married.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
I bet she has two puppies too.
She does have two puppies.
Yeah.
She was like, "Who's Carlos?" He's like, "He has two
guarantee it.
puppies." Like,
She's just
"Two
sitting there
puppies?
waiting by the phone. Like,
Yes. Yes.
Always staring at it.
She's like, "I wonder
I
if
wonder.
he calls me
Please
again."
call me
Yeah.
back.
Oh
I'm the
my
girl
God.
from Mississippi.
Oh my God.
She was like, it was just the best because she was the sweetest lady. Like most people just get mad. She's just like, "Here, let me help you."
Yeah, there
And
were
I-
a few
I have
that
so
were
much
pretty
empathy.
angry.
They did. That one guy when you said something about bringing a spatula to help you pick up that dog.
Can you come help? Please, I need help
My
scrambling him off the
ran-
road.
My dog got ran over. And I got ran over.
Can
He
you
was
just
like,
help me?
He was like, "Where are you at?" He was like, "Can you just bring a
Where
spatula
are
or
you?
something?"
It
One
was.
of the guys trying to fight, I was like, bring a toothbrush or something.
You get so mad, and then you buck up, but you're saying so stupid things.
It's like that completely deflates the whole situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I just feel bad for this guy. It was just the
I
best.
think
man.
whenever I threw out
At the end,
spatula,
we
it
were
was like,
best
wait,
friends.
what? Huh?
At the end, we were just best friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, my
Straight
Lord.
up. No, but we were always pranking each other, and there was okay because I gotta say this because there was one time, the time that for the
One time.
there's
The
multiple
one time.
times,
There was so many
multiple
times.
times.
Are you this the prank on me?
No, it wasn't a
Oh.
prank call. It wasn't a prank call,
Oh,
but
okay.
we pranked you. I pranked you.
Pranked me. Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
prank.
you got off work. It was
Not that one.
it was the Super Bowl with the Steelers
Oh, yep.
and the Cardinals.
What are the chances of
This
that?
I know,
That's what
right?
Was this,
Which was also foreshadowing because you guys are like Steelers fans,
right.
Yeah.
right? And so you were at work. You were a correctional officer. Okay, you had a gun.
Oh yeah.
You had a uniform.
I wasn't wearing the
You
uniform.
weren't wearing the uniform, but you were wearing your gun.
They had the gun.
And you called me, and you were like, "Hey, where you at?" It's like, "Dude, I'm in Athens. We're at a Super Bowl party. Why don't you stop
remember
by?"
this.
Hey, shout out to Jeremy Branham.
Oh yeah, because it was Jeremy
if
Branham.
you're not on here, you should be. But yeah, this is all brother, this is because we were at your house.
Yes, yes. And so he had never been there before. I'd never been there before. And so he was like, all right, well, just tell me where it's at. So I was like, come to this neighborhood. And I was like, I walked over to the window, and I was like, all right, when you show up, I was like, there's a house. It's like a white house. It's got a flag out and the thing. There's a house with a bunch of cars in it. Not that house. Yeah, it's the other house with no cars in it and a flag. I was like, don't even worry about knocking. Just walk in. We're all here having a party.
Walk in. And I did.
He shows up with his uniform off, but his belt on. So he has a gun. He gets out of his car and walks with so much confidence.
Just walk
Into
straight in.
this-
Now, mind
Dude,
you,
I didn't
now
even-
Bobby's
back
leaving
then.
out the fact that we're all kind of like hidden,
Yeah, we were like
looking
Yes.
angles out the window, watching all of
But
this
that's
occur.
how I was, though. Because I would like try to like make it like an entrance
Right.
real quick, you know.
And he was just like busting this door, and I mean seconds later you just see him shoot out the door. And I was like, oh god. And there's an old lady
She
in
was
the
so
living
old.
room, and she
I scared her so
You
bad.
remember Jeremy had to go over and like apologize and like calm her
calm
down.
the
'cause-
situation down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but that was so
I
bad.
Walked in, she's like, Carlos is not here.
He's in Mississippi.
Oh my gosh, that's the best. Yeah, so,
That was amazing.
so
Oh, that's not the
Yeah.
only one, though.
it isn't. There were
No.
well,
Yeah.
because okay, so shout out.
It's
Shout out.
so funny. You're going in there and your instant reaction is, Carlos? Two puppy?
That's great. Oh man, but I mean, as boldly as he walked
yes.
in there, he like just shot out. He shot out, and man, because there's so many stories that are just flooding my. Like, do you remember 4-H camp? We're not gonna get into it, but do you remember 4-H camp?
The
Yeah, the
shower?
Yeah, the shower.
Whoa,
Okay,
whoa,
we were
please
counselors,
elaborate.
dude. We were counselors.
Oh, this was so
Oh,
bad.
this can't be good.
We
Oh,
were.
it's not.
We
It's
were
so
counselors.
Say it now.
There's
like-
multiple things, but we'll
Yeah.
go over a couple.
The
Yeah.
statute of limitations is red.
So-
Oh, it's definitely run
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, we're safe now.
We were. I mean, we were in high school. We were counselors there. I wasn't even a part of 4-H. Why
No.
were you there? Were you in 4-H?
Yeah, I was in 4-H.
Oh, I was there because of you.
You were there because of me. Because I was like, dude,
Because
and Will Garrison said it was a good idea.
Yeah, Will Garrison said it was awesome.
Shout out, Will.
Yeah, shout out.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Rip Will.
Oh, that was
Rip
not-
Will. But
God, I feel terrible.
That went downhill quickly.
but it's
Oh,
okay. It's
okay.
okay. But he was a great dude. He was
was-
awesome.
I really
He
liked
was
him.
an awesome dude. So, but we go to this thing for
Now-
age camp.
Age groups.
Age group. I had sixth
Third.
grade.
It was like fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Fourth,
Yes.
fifth, and sixth.
Now it wasn't our kids. It was another person's kids.
Yes.
That was in the shower. We caught them in the shower together.
Yes.
Oh my
And-
gosh.
Like I thought he was joking at first, and
Yeah,
no.
I was like, no.
So,
well, this one
yeah.
kid tells me that
They just
this
don't prepare you
happening.
for that.
And then I was like, okay, let's see.
Oh my
and I
God.
walked in there and I was like, okay, let me go get Bob. And then
Let me go get Bob. Yeah, that's the reaction.
Yeah.
Let me go get Bob.
We walk back in there, and I'm just like,
oh my God.
and he's like, what are you doing? he's like, stop. He's
was like, "Stop it."
doing that,
Boys,
Bad
Stop
dog.
it.
Bad dog.
Yeah. So we
Get a spray
now
bottle.
we get reprimanded for this later, but
Yeah.
we
Oh my
pulled them aside. We were like, go get dressed, you
Yeah.
know, everything.
Don't do
Come
that.
out here. We're gonna talk about this. I'm pretty sure we. Oh, I remember. Okay, so let me finish. So we pull them out there and we're like, hey, that's not cool. You can't do that. Like, I don't know why you thought it was, but don't do that. They're like, oh, we were just rinsing off. Okay, you weren't. But that's
No, you weren't.
beside the point. You guys just lost your pool time.
Don't do that.
So we said no pool. So then
They weren't even our kids.
they weren't even ours. So we couldn't even counsel them, but we did
We
anyway.
were just like, do you want us to tell your counselor?
Yeah, we said we were
stop.
And remember, we were the type of people that, like, if you like screwed up, we would
yeah.
make you run laps
We would.
around the building. Fourth, fifth, and sixth
We would,
graders.
yeah.
now.
I mean, that's why
You
it
should
was
probably
their fault
not
for
have
making us counselors.
10th
I'm just
graders
saying, yeah.
that are us specifically
Right.
being a counselor.
Right,
That's just
right.
that was stupid.
Well, I
on that
love the
part.
fact that he's in 4-H, and so he has a reason to be there.
I don't.
He
No,
has
Zero.
It
zero.
was
Right.
the last second thing because it was right before. No. I ended up going with you right after it somewhere.
Oh my
I
god.
can't remember. It might have been Memphis.
Probably.
I don't. Yeah, it might have been. No, it wasn't.
No, it was
'cause
later.
That was later.
That was later.
But I ended up going with you right after wherever we went. But literally,
Was it
like,
the Oliver Springs?
We'll
get there.
It might have been.
We'll
it
get
might have
there.
been. It might have been. But so one time, so shout out to Clayton Mayo.
Clayton Mayo.
But I think he's actually going by Clayton King now. Shout out to Clayton. But him, Wilkins, my brother-in-law, which he's going to be on here soon. He will be on there. And so
Yes, Austin. Bob just showed up and they gave him a job. That happens a lot.
that does.
And I
it
don't
happen.
know how.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so we were trying to get a hold of you and we couldn't get a hold of you. And so Clayton calls me. I was coming back from Dayton. I was coming over to the house. And Clayton calls me. He's like, "Hey, I'm trying to get a hold of Cran. He's not calling or he's not answering." He's like, I'm worried about him. We need to do something to try to get, and they're trying to come up with this stupid plan. I was like, no, that's a dumb plan. That's stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever
too
heard
logical.
in my entire life. Way too logical. You call them and you leave a voicemail, and you tell them that I was on my way home from work because I was driving at the time. I got in a car accident. I ended up like puncturing my lung, right, with my broken ribs, puncturing my lung. I'm being life
Mind
flighted
you, was
to
this
Erlangen.
not after your very
This
serious
was right after
and extreme like case wreck?
because
like,
I
where
did
you
in your
almost
truck.
died?
Yeah.
Is that the one where the seatbelt got
So-
caught up in
yeah,
your...
yeah. So I was like, so I'm being life flighted to Erlanger. I was like, and then we're good, right? And then
Totally
then he'll
believable
call.
at this point.
100%.
You can
Yeah.
imagine.
Now, so following along, this is
Yeah.
the voicemail that Clayton is going to leave to get his attention.
Right. Just to get his attention, just to get him to call, right?
Which is the whole purpose of
That's
all
the
of
whole
this.
purpose of this
Yes.
whole thing.
just to get me to
Just
call
to get him
back.
call back. That's
Just
it.
to get him,
Just to be like, hey, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, come over. Hang
Hey,
out
what,
for a
what do
little
you
bit.
want for Taco Bell?
That's just
Yeah.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Except for the fact that he calls him and he answers. So we're like, oh, good.
Oh my God.
So,
Press the
so
zero.
logically,
Yeah,
like he
logically,
answers.
yeah.
Okay, hey,
So
there
the
he
purpose
is.
of the phone call
He says
was
hello.
that he would answer.
Clayton says, Bob just got in a car accident. I was like, oh my God. Are you kidding me? He's
Just
like,
a
he's being
whole
life
new-
flighted earlier. And he's like, what?
Dude, I lost
naturally, right?
I called my mom.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, well,
Crying.
I was like,
They are
we're
horrible people.
we're deep in this
I
one
wish
now.
Wilkins was here right now
Yes.
just for this
Just
exact
for this
story.
story. But
I love the fact that
So-
Bob says we're deep in this. All that's happened so far is Clayton said Bob was in a car wreck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
so
Just
I'm
wait
like,
for it.
well, it's too
Like
yeah,
you're one,
so,
just kidding away
so-
from
so
resolving
yeah.
it.
Yes.
my
Yeah,
girlfriend
exactly.
my girlfriend was over. My mom was there. My mom was like sleeping on the couch. So
She
we just-
was.
We just made up the story that she was like we had to give her drugs to knock her out because
Yes,
she was
she
like freaking out.
couldn't handle it.
So
couldn't cope.
Dad was there. My sister was there. Wilkins was there.
I asked him if I could go down to the hospital.
Mom couldn't handle it. She started doing a bunch of coke.
Just talk to go.
So
Very dark.
So,
So dark.
he's coming from Athens to here. Well, this whole time he calls his mom. He calls Erlanger.
I called.
And he's like, hey, is there a life flight? And they're like, hey, or he's like, Bobby Kerber or whatever. And they were like,
We don't
They were
know.
like, we just got the flight just came
Oh,
in.
yeah, that's what it was.
We don't have
We
any
don't
of
know
the.
who it is.
What's
What is the-
further
I know.
Helicopter.
Yeah,
deeper
they were like, we
story.
can't tell who
So
it is
yeah,
yet.
they're like, we don't know who it is yet. We don't have that information. So
my-
it's
oh
just
my
like
God.
everything. So I'm like, he's coming
The
here.
stars have aligned.
So
Yeah.
Whoa.
Could not have been like
A better.
more
like,
perfect.
So it was just set up in a way to where like everybody was kind of gathering at my house to figure out what was going on with me, right?
That's so
So
bad.
I go to the back room and naturally I just stripped down naked.
But you snuck out.
I did.
Yeah.
So I'm in the back room when you walked in. I was in
Oh, yeah.
my parents' room. Me and
We're
my
all
dad.
sitting there like,
I'm butt naked. I mean just butt naked. I found a hard hat and a high vis vest and a tube sock. Just one.
And a smile.
this one.
on one foot.
Now listen.
It's exactly where you think it was.
That's exactly what you think.
And
Luckily.
I lived in a trailer park. So that makes it better. So
My uncle lived in front of you.
he did. Yes.
Oh my lord.
Both of them.
But literally both of them.
Both
did.
of them. And my grandfather.
Yes.
My
And not at the same time, though.
My
Probably
maternal
not.
grandfather
Oh, yeah.
lived in front.
Yeah. And so
my lord.
he comes over. He's in the house. I'm like, okay, I got to make my way around to the front, right? So I'm
Now
naked
wait,
still.
now wait. We're missing a little bit of story
Yeah.
here because he comes in
Oh, yeah.
and there's tears.
Oh yeah. Like I mean,
there's
there's-
there's a full on play
Yeah.
occurring in Bobby's
Oh.
And
living
look,
room.
like,
everybody's in on it.
Wilkins should have won
He
an
should've
Academy
won
Award for that
absolutely.
one.
Oscar worthy.
So like he goes in and I'm like, all right, take him to the back room. They take him to that back room. They're like, oh man, this is where Bob used to play his drum set
Yeah.
next to the gazebo.
Yes.
If you heard that right, next to the gazebo.
Inside of his room that he built.
Yes, yes.
Austin, I was naked naked just because I had to be. So we
Yeah.
don't ask questions. But anyway, so I had to get naked and go outside. I had to, right? So I get out. I go over to the front of the house. I get to the front door,
Yes.
and he's coming out like of the room, and I hear him say something along the lines of like, "I
No,
just wish
no,
this was all a prank."
No, hold on. Reverse back. We're actually already sitting back in the living room.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, and we're just like reminiscing a little bit. And we're just like, man, I really like this is like crazy. I can't
Yeah.
believe this is happening. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose my best friend.
You're right.
And then there was this, and I look over it at Wilkins, and he could not have hit it at all, and he didn't. I said, I swear to God, if this is a prank, I'm gonna kill you.
But this is the best part of the whole thing.
So
So the door was shut.
they're like,
there's a
go
little
open
diamond.
the door, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. So there's a diamond. Okay, right here.
The diamond
on
window.
This.
Yeah, the
so
Just a
diamond
diamond window.
door.
And you see my face, and I see his face, and he's looking at me like.
And I open the door.
And he opens the door, and then he sees that I'm naked.
Tube sock, hard hat, and he just grabs me like this right here and pulls me in for a hug. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, I hate you so much.
And then we went to Applebee's.
Right?
Hey,
Bro,
Literally right after that.
mango tea.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Mango tea, thinking boneless barbecue wings.
Yes.
I,
Oh my
I didn't even
God.
get dressed.
What was
We
the
just
butter
went
blonde?
there.
Just exactly what he was wearing.
There was no dress code in the early 2000s.
And they knew it so well, they let us
Oh,
ride
the
it.
maple butter blondie.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
dude.
Oh,
So
that was the
good.
thing. That was awesome. Yes.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
now,
Oreo
so
milkshakes, bro.
Yes.
Bro, still
Dude.
love those things. My kids are obsessed with them. Every time we go there, my mom's like, hey, you kids want a milkshake? I'm like, no, they don't. She's like, oh, you guys want a milkshake?
Yes, they do.
John
Yeah.
Pork's like, yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
That's
I
right.
do. Or my name isn't John Pork.
My name is-
Nicole said, "Did you
is
find
John
your other
Pork.
tube sock before Applebee's?"
No.
Shout out to Uncle Mel and Deb.
Yes.
What's
Shout
up?
out,
Deb's
shout
my
out
mother-in-law.
Uncle Mel. and
Uncle
Deb.
Mel is my wife's uncle.
Austin said, to be honest, that was
Overdressed
overdressed
for
for
Applebee's. Still is.
That's
Yes,
great.
yes.
That is awesome, man. No, but we probably have to like just to end on this one.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, good grief.
So
You know, if you
this
couldn't
is
make me
this
look any
has
more dumb.
this has multiple layers.
So
Yeah.
many layers.
So it started off very, very simple. And so it started off with the fact that I had a rental house in Oliver Springs.
Right.
And so I was between tenants, and me and my dad were going up to work on the house. Bob is not busy. So I don't know, something happened.
I was with you. I was like I
Were
was
you-
working with you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had done some of the work in rock. That's right. So you were
Yeah.
working with me. So it's me, Bob, and Dad, and we go to this house in Oliver Springs, and it's just regular stuff, right? Like we're cleaning. We're just cleaning up the floor. I think we were doing a little bit of painting. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't a whole lot. Like it wasn't like trashed or anything like
Yeah.
that. So we're up there working, and
Brent's face.
yeah.
He's already-
Wait, yeah. Right there. That's what y'all need to see. So we're up there working, and Bob's phone rings. And he looks down and he goes, "Oh, it's Cranberry." And I was like, "Oh, I wonder what he's into." He's like, "I don't know." I was like, "You should tell him you got married."
Yeah.
And
So
what? Like, why did I have no idea why.
it was completely random. There was no like it was not premeditated at
No.
all. But he
On the
called
spot.
me, and I'm riding in your truck, and he says,
No. We were at the house.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah,
I
we
thought
were- no, we were in the living room
we
of the
took
house.
We took it into the truck.
Yeah. We went.
But we were on the phone, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, I'm just sitting here chilling in Oliver Springs." You know, he was like, "Cause I hadn't talked to you all weekend."
No.
And he was like, "What'd you do?" And
Which
I was
is
like,
not
"Oh,
normal.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is very not
Normally we
normal
always
because we
hang
were
out,
always
so.
over." And so he was like, "What'd you do?" And I was like, just this and that. Got married and all this stuff. And he was like,
He's like,
Casually
whoa.
dropped
Yeah.
it in, like,
Yes,
like,
and that's it was exactly like that though. I mean, it was just this, just hanging
Yeah.
out, working
I
with
literally
Kevin.
as
I got
dumb as a
married.
fish, though. And I just latch onto that hook as hard as I can.
what?
and so he's like, "What?
Married?
Seriously?" And I'm like, "Yes." So that's when it,
Which
But
part?
Now he's got him on speakerphone. So I'm hearing this whole conversation, and he goes, "You got married?" And Bobby goes, "Yeah." And
Like,
just
duh.
dead silence. Just nothing. It's just like crickets. And I looked at Bob, and Bob looks at me, and I was like,
I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
I was like, he doesn't believe this. He does.
Yeah.
There's no way he believes this. Like he's just and we're doing this. We're not talking. But I'm like,
Right.
no way. Like,
Yeah.
and so Bob, of course, is like, well, let's find out.
Right.
So here he goes.
So I just started, I said, okay, so no, I was in Oliver Springs. We were working on this house. There was a Native American guy there, right? And he had a daughter, and she was very beautiful, and she was my age, and we kind of hit it off, like me and the Native American guy. And so he offered his daughter to marry me, and if I would have said no, then the daughter would have been shunned. So I was kind of putting this really like rock in a hard place. Either marry this beautiful Native American girl.
So complex.
So elaborate.
In just like
In
a
the
few
moment.
minutes. Like,
Yeah.
it's
This
like,
is in the moment.
In the
That sounds
moment,
like a
and
plot of a movie.
It was.
I'll tell you what, it's the details.
It was.
you know,
That's
had that
right.
tucked in their pocket. You had to.
I-
Because I don't know where that came from.
I don't know.
Just
But-
so random.
So it was just like going on, and so we're like, okay, so let's expand on this for a minute. So we get off. He was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And then so like, because we're having conversations, I was like, I can't see him for a couple weeks. Like if we're doing this, like we got to do it right.
Yeah.
So
Now
so
hold
I had to
on.
be a
I
honeymoon.
guess we should also let everybody know that at this point I am the youth pastor,
I'm sure you were the youth pastor.
Yes.
and I'm his youth pastor.
Yes.
Too. Oh, God, that's
So
horrible.
much trust.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
much
yes,
trust.
yes, so much trust.
So there were multiple conversations. Well, then Kim found out, and then
No, wait, hold on. So that same day though, before when we left, Dad had drove up there and met us.
Right.
So me and you left and went to Knoxville. And I
Right.
don't even remember why we went to Knoxville, but we were in Borders Books in Turkey
Right.
Creek.
well, yeah,
And so we're talking and we're like, okay, like we've got to figure out like how are we going to continue this, right?
Right.
And so he's like, well, and of course Bob, he's like, well, Native Americans have horses. And I was like, I got it. And so we go over to the section of books that has like historical books or whatever, and we found a book on Seabiscuit.
yeah. It was like
Now, understand, this is old school flip phone, right?
Yeah.
And so we've got this book. We open this book up and we're literally like trying to hold the book still in the old flip phone and snap a picture, and he sends it to him.
In my
He's like,
defense, though, that flip phone,
dude.
it
looked pretty believable.
Yeah.
I was like,
quality.
bro, look how close I am. I'm in the Kentucky Derby on my honeymoon. So I went to my
Why the photo
honeymoon was
black
in
and white?
Kentucky. it was a sweet filter. It was before Snapchat.
Four filters.
it's Seabiscuit.
Yeah. So, but I remember
The most
having
iconic horse of all time.
because this guy
Listen, I didn't know anything about CB.
yeah,
Who does?
This
I don't
guy-
think anybody does.
Yeah.
so convoluted and so deep because like there were
my
conversations like there was one time I called you and because I was dating Courtney at the time, so I had a girlfriend.
Not Chad.
Not Chad.
Not Chad
No,
Courtney.
not
A
Chad
different
Courtney.
Courtney.
A different Courtney. No, I was dating my girlfriend Courtney at the time. So here's the plot, the side plot, right? Plot twist. I'm dating Courtney, but I'm married to this Native American girl, and so I'm like, man, I'm really in a pickle. And so I'm talking to him, and like I was like, I wasn't, I was
You
sick.
were like,
I was
don't
sick,
know how
and
to
he
get out
goes,
of this.
and I was like, and so I'm talking to him, and I was sick, and I'd like sniffled, and he goes, dude, are you crying? And I was like,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am crying.
yes, and I don't know what to do with it. And Courtney's.
Why am I still friends with you?
I don't know.
God.
I don't know.
You're terrible.
Like, Kim was like congratulating Renee at work because they worked at Denso.
Yeah, I was going to say, Renee was working at Denso,
And then I was like,
your mom
oh,
was in the
gosh.
cafeteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Renee's like, she comes home and she's like, I'm killing you both. Because
Yeah.
Bobby lived with us at this point. You were living with us then.
I was.
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yes.
And so she comes home, she's like, I'm killing you both. And we're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she said, Dustin's mom congratulated me at work
Yes.
today. And I was like, and you said, because I'm like,
Like,
don't mess this up.
Didn't rat us out. Oh my gosh! So then we had this huge elaborate plan that we were gonna have this like wedding reception, surprise wedding reception for me.
But you gotta tell him about Chris too, though.
Because Chris was even in on it, but like
Chris wasn't even here.
He wasn't even there, but because we sent Chris to see if it was real, like if you actually so he had the conversation. He was like, because we called him, he was like, no, he
There's
doesn't.
no way.
He
Doesn't
doesn't.
believe
And
it.
then he called you, and he was like, oh my God, he believes it. So we had this huge thing planned and this video that we had made, which we found the footage of that video.
I've got to see
It's
it.
at the house.
It's on
Zach
an
in the
SD tape.
dress.
Yes, Zach in the dress.
Oh, my Lord.
It's amazing. We found the video. And so you had a neighbor girl, Erica.
Yes.
And now it's Erica Krask.
yes.
She's a beautiful young lady. She's dark complected.
Yes.
She has long black hair. So we're like, can you be my Native American wife for this thing? I mean, we were
Yes.
doing it.
No.
Super
We were
elaborate.
doing it.
So
elaborate.
you have to understand also in the process of planning all this, he calls me.
Yeah.
So Dustin calls me and he's like, dude, he's like, what's all this with Bob? And I was like, it's crazy, right? Like, I can't believe this is happening. And and I was like, well, look, dude, I was like, we're actually going to have like a reception party for him in the youth center.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
At
this
the
is
church, you know. I mean,
at the church,
It's huge
the
elaborate
entire
drama.
youth group.
At the
House
church,
for this
everybody's in on
elaborate
it.
joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, but we even had it to where like I was going to show up with my new Native American wife, and then my girlfriend at the time, well, ex slash still girlfriend,
Yeah.
Courtney came in and she smacked me in the face, and she sold it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
She
It was-
sold it.
She
Because
did.
she actually slapped you.
Yeah, she did.
I think she
I think she
waited.
just
She
wanted to
wanted
slap
to.
me.
Yeah.
She was
Real
good for that,
emotions
but-
in that slap.
There
you
was
know?
Yeah.
so much in that.
But this whole thing, I mean, it all kind of came to a head, and then we have this huge reception.
No, the video though. The video.
Okay, but the video, it sounds like they're talking about me.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, hey, I'm really sorry about all this. You know, they're like, hey,
I've never known anyone
I've
that
never
this
known anyone,
happened
this
to.
happened to. But it sounds like it's me,
Yeah.
but it was actually him.
Yes.
And they're like, they're just like, I'm so sorry. But then like we go through this whole thing.
Now,
but-
now we had told him that her older sister had
Oh,
to do
yeah.
a ceremonial dance in a pig trough
Yeah.
Yeah,
because her younger sister got married before
Yeah.
her.
We just started
And then-
looking stuff up
and
on
then-
Google.
And
It's
in
like-
the video, literally, it's my daughter, who at the time is
4.
4 or 5,
Yeah.
somewhere through there.
I just thought it was like a
she's in-
reenactment kind of thing. You know, I didn't.
Yes.
And, and this is
so
what
many.
this is
plugs.
what makes this even better.
Yes.
Because he's watching this video, and here's Carly dancing in
Yes.
a cow feeder in my field,
And she
and
was
I'm
like-
playing
she was getting
music on a
crunk,
CD
bro.
player.
He's over there. He's like, seems legit.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Like I said, I felt like
he
it was like a
thinks it's a
reenactment. So your
reenactment.
brain just makes up the. You know what I'm saying? It connects the dots. You know, it fills in the blanks.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm a smart guy. Surely I'm not
Yeah.
this stupid.
But
You thought
Little
that.
did I know. Now, here's what's funny. At the end of this whole thing, after we watched the whole video, I'm just sitting there, and I'm like,
and we're all looking at him. We're like,
just waiting. And I'm like,
response.
what? And like, they're like, it's a prank on you. And I'm like,
He said, so you're not actually married? And I'm like, no.
No, I'm not.
But
I mean, as if it wasn't so bad already.
Oh my
But-
gosh.
That just tipped it off.
I'd been
I
sitting
think.
on this because I had a gift for you
Oh, no.
because I felt bad for you. Kind of. But I had a gift for you. It was a pic signed by David Crowder.
yes.
And I gave it to you.
It wasn't signed by David Crowder.
It was actually signed by David Crowder.
I don't
yes.
have that
Yeah.
book anymore.
He said-
Sorry, David Crowder.
he thought it was signed by David Beckham. He's like, who's this guy?
Get rid of that. Get rid of
This
that.
one. But yeah, I
All right,
got
so,
a pic signed by
so
David
we
Crowder.
got to tie all this together
Yeah.
because I told you guys earlier when we gave the shout out to the small business
Right.
that they came over to my house and I set the field on fire.
Right.
I said I was going to. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
you
a man of
did.
my
And
word.
you did it.
Man of my word.
John
Never question it again.
Yeah, never question again. So here they are. They're over here. He's putting carpet on my steps. His wife, by the way, your wife, I don't know how she cleans like she cleans, but I swept my kitchen like 7 times. And he's like, no. He's like, Sky's gonna get in there. She'll get it ready. And I'm like, dude, like I've swept this kitchen 7 times. He's like, you don't understand. And I was like,
He's like, you don't know,
okay.
you don't know what a
I was
broom
like,
is.
okay. She swept that kitchen 3 times and she had more piles than I did in the 7 times that I did it when it was actually dirty.
Right.
I'm like, are you bringing dirt in? Are you like pulling it out of your pocket?
Scooping it, showing it. Yeah.
So,
She's like a dirty cop. She's like planting dirt.
Playing evidence.
but anyway, shout out to your wife because
Yes,
I mean,
babe.
no
Best
no
sweeper
joke.
ever.
no joke, she is like amazing.
I tell
and
people all the time, I'm like, don't even sweep. What are
Yeah,
you doing?
like, just
I said,
stop.
You're wasting your time. My wife's going to come in here. It's not going to be good enough. You're going to feel bad about
Yep.
it.
What's
and
funny
feel like
is,
you're
like,
less than
It's like-
because my wife's a better sweeper
not,
than you.
and not
Bro.
that she's gonna like rub it in your face.
No,
but
no.
she's gonna get in there and she's gonna do so good of a job that you're just like.
That's exactly what
never
happened.
Need
I was
to touch
like,
a broom again.
oh my lord.
Even the
I was like, I
jobs
don't even
we've
know how
been
to use
on,
this thing.
How many times has the customer been like, you see it
Oh.
all over his face, like, oh, your wife's with you. That's cute.
Yeah.
But then, like, they get,
Wife
they
comes
see
in there,
her and
blows
she's
it
like,
out, does
killing it,
everything
dude.
I
Yeah.
can do.
She's, pouring sweat more than you are. I'm like, dang, this girl works, dude.
Yeah.
And then they're over there writing songs.
And we're like,
On the piano.
They're in the car writing songs.
What it is?
she's like, will you guys get over here, please? We're like, one more verse.
Hold on one
that's
second,
so
baby.
funny.
We'll be over there.
Okay,
just a
yeah.
minute.
So again, I'm tying all this back together because you've heard this story, but what you don't know is the prank was really my idea.
Yeah.
Like it
All along.
was me. Now Bob, of course, had the instant sale, had the instant like, okay, I can.
You were the spark.
I-
to the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
But so this
dumpster
is my
fire.
idea. So he's laying carpet on my steps, and his
Oh,
wife
yes.
is cleaning up the kitchen, getting it ready or whatever. And I walk in. And this is before I set the field on fire. Just a side note.
Just a side
This is before things got really hairy outside.
Yes.
And
It's a
really
scary
dark.
situation. We're
and
like, should
cloudy.
we stop like laying flooring and actually go check to make sure he's alive?
Yeah, no,
Nope.
no.
Didn't even
Just
think
keep
about
laying
it.
floor.
Nope.
We're not paying you to put out fires.
Yeah, let's just finish this real quick. Hey, if we finish it before,
Yeah, if
and
you
the
get
house
done
burns
before,
down,
come on down.
We'll just say
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the
We'll put it on your
insurance will
bill.
cover it.
Yeah, insurance covered. So he's sitting there and he's doing carpet and he kind of takes a break and we're standing there talking and I said, "Can I tell you something?" And he goes, "Sure." I was like, "Okay, but first you got to promise that you're not going to be mad."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I mean, you can," and it's the look of
Yeah, what?
what in the world
What
could you
have possibly
possibly?
done?
What could you possibly?
We're
in
talking
all
about
the
20
years,
years
Yeah,
later.
this is
What could
literally
possibly
and I'm
come
not.
out of your mouth
This
right
is
now?
20. Let's see, we're in 2024, so this
Oh
is
my
literally
gosh.
18. This is probably almost 18 and a half years ago.
Yes.
So
Right.
almost 20 years, and we're standing there, and I said, "Do you promise you won't get mad at me?" And he's like, "You can just see the look. Like, there's no. What could you possibly say?" I was like, "You remember the whole wedding thing with Bobby?" And he goes, "Oh God, yes." I was like, "I could have killed him." And I was like, "That was my idea." And just the look of, I mean, it was just this
Oh, it's like, you gotta be
this empty look of what? The betrayal of 20 years.
Oh my youth pastor.
Solely blaming Bob.
Yes.
Throwing that out there
ripped up
again.
your entire floor.
Uninstalled.
Yes.
Like Sky unsweeps the floor.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, she takes all the dirt out
he
of the
says,
bucket.
delete.
I'm getting out of here.
But oh my God, it was so funny. But that's one thing I will say about Cran. He has always been an amazing sport. He got the best sense of humor and loves.
Thank you.
Loves to joke. Even when the joke is on him,
Yes,
you
I will
see
still
he's
joke
still
at
got
myself.
the
Yeah,
smile
that's-
going,
that's
and that's
true.
the sign.
And-
that's what makes you and as all you guys really and
Yeah.
everybody here like that's one of the things I love about this group.
Yeah.
is that we can be that way with each other,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's
We're
just
laughing the hardest that are
yeah. I was
Yeah.
just
Oh, yeah,
say.
100%.
You laugh the hardest, nobody's laughing harder.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like most of the time, and like there was a couple times that we're just talking about like Cran being the butt of the joke. Like I don't, I mean, like I was literally the butt of the joke when I was naked and going to Applebee's. So yes,
Yes.
David, I did wear a tube sock, and it wasn't on my butt either. So I wasn't even there.
No.
We were always at Applebee's every time. We always went to Apple. Dude, was it me and you that went to Shay's birthday party after? I got it. Okay, we went to Applebee's
Okay.
to see if you remember this, because this happened. My cousin Shay,
Yep.
her sweet 16. We went to Applebee's and we were like, oh, we got to go to Shay's birthday party. And then we were like, so we didn't have anything to give her. So we got, but they had a whole bunch of old menus. So we got like 300 menus
Yes.
from
They were
Applebee's.
just throwing them out.
So like
Yes.
300 outdated Applebee's
Yes.
menus. And we're like, yes, this is going to be
They were like,
perfect.
you can have them.
And then we were on our way there, and we found this raccoon on the side of the road, and it was bloated. And so we had a gift bag, and we put it in the gift bag, and then dumped a thing of cologne on it, and we gave her 300 outdated Applebee's menus and a dead bloated raccoon for Sweet 16.
Yes.
Happy birthday! Facts.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Holy
So shout out to
crap.
Shay.
Yeah, the fun never ends.
The button never
Not with
ends.
us. Oh my god.
Never ends.
You know what though? Side note, like that's funny, like
Yeah.
because like it just something random like that
Yeah.
out there. When me and Sky first got together, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but like one of the first main pictures we ever took was whenever we decided it wasn't even like, mind you, it was like July, maybe even the beginning of August. We're living in Dayton
Yeah.
with Sarah
Yeah.
and her mom. And anyway, we decided that we were out just running around. This is how I knew like she was it.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
no way I could ever be any better off. And we decided to go trick or treating at your house. Do you remember that?
At my house?
Yes. And you were there. So
Oh Lord.
we decide we don't have any masks, we don't have any costumes, nothing. So we run in a gas station, and they've got like paper bags.
We're back at a gas
Back at a
station
gas-
again.
Back in a gas station.
Full
Always
circle.
involves a gas station. So we cut these holes out,
Oh no.
all these, and we put these paper bags over
In the
our-
gas station?
That's a whole other story.
That would be really bad.
That's
if we,
amazing. Like, just right in front of the
cut
clerk.
them out,
Just-
go on and rob them.
Oh
But
my
no,
gosh.
no. So we drive up. I'm like, we're like, well, who are we gonna go trick or treating? It needs to be someone we know.
Yeah.
Nobody else is gonna get it. So we were like, let's go to
Yeah.
Dakota. So we drive over there and we put these masks on. We're walking up there,
Right.
and he could have been scared to death, but you don't even remember it.
I'm trying so hard,
I've
bro.
got pictures on
Wait,
Facebook
what-
of it.
Was it what house was it?
Your mom's,
Was it the
the
two-story
one on the
house?
hill.
On the hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Um,
he has no clue.
I'm
You do not remember.
Drawing a
My
blank.
head is
How
like.
do you not remember this? Yeah, and we knocked on your door
was
and said
definitely
trick or
me.
treat. So we had the bags on our heads, but we
Right.
also had a bag.
The same bag that
You
was on your
literally
head.
had
Same
bags
bag.
on
We
your
took the
heads,
bag off.
and you
Y'all
had
never
bags
told me it was
demanding
you.
stuff from.
I thought y'all were crazy people, bro.
Are you serious?
I was like, who is this at my house?
Wait, so you didn't know that
Wait,
it
I
was...
didn't know it was you.
Wait a minute, plot twist.
oh my
What?
lord!
I'm so mad right now.
Are you kidding?
Oh my
Did you
goodness.
just think it was just some random
Yes.
idiot?
That is hilarious.
Oh my god!
That
so
is
after
amazing.
that point, I was like, "This girl's down for
Yeah,
anything."
yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
Almost
let's talk about this real quick. Okay,
Okay.
real quick. So, do you remember we were ghost hunting
Yes.
and we went? So that graveyard
bro.
is not there anymore.
No, you know what they did? They mowed it down
That's nuts, dude.
to put a subdivision.
Oh, no. No, no.
No.
You know, me and Scott, that was our first date.
Okay,
Yeah.
listen here. There's a lot of things James Lacombe at Caldwell Bankers can do,
But he's
but
not gonna mow-
unhaunting your house built on a graveyard is not
Yeah,
one of those
but
things.
he can get you a different house.
But he can get you a different
Yeah.
house.
If you buy into that one.
Yes. So
Yes.
we went up to it was the whole story about Grace Sims. Look it up because this is really actually a very
is
interesting.
Decatur,
It was in Decatur.
Okay.
Whole story about Grace Sims. She was called, she was
my
known as the Black Widow.
Yep.
She was like a mail order bride.
Yes.
And she would get people to marry her, and then she would murder them, and then you like end up getting their inheritance, their money, right? And then would put the bodies, feed them to
Pigs.
the hogs,
Yeah.
the pigs. And so there's this whole story with it. We were doing this ghost hunting thing. We got these EVPs. We're going out, right? We went up there to the graveyard where she was at, which is near her house. We got some pretty crazy stuff up there. It's pretty nuts, and so whether you believe it or not, it's still scary.
I've always
It's still
believed it
scary.
ever since that
But
right there because that was nuts.
this actually happened, and so we go to this graveyard, right? And of course, he had never been. I'd been a couple times, and so I'm like, I'm gonna put it on thick for him,
Yeah.
you know. So
Little did you know.
yeah, little did I know.
You was the one putting...
Yeah. So like her dad was a lumberjack. There were some things that were like that, you know, where he had abused her and stuff, and so we go to this place. There were some people there. There were some like actual
Those
ghost
same
hunters
people were there whenever me and Sky went back.
Yeah,
They
so
were always there.
This ended up setting up their first date.
Yeah.
So this was really
Wow.
crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Chick that rode into town on a horse.
Yes,
naked and drunk. Yes,
Yes.
and was arrested for that.
Yes.
And
Oh
arrested.
my
Yes.
So Bob decides it's a good idea to go up to her dad's grave
yeah.
and basically talk crap to him.
So I was like,
Like the whole time.
I put the EVP there, and it
Oh,
was you
dude,
and
yeah,
somebody
literally.
else. I can't remember, but it was all the way on the other side of.
I feel, was it Corey?
No,
No,
it was
who
either
was
me,
it?
you, and Clayton, or me, you, and
Clayton.
It's probably Clayton.
I think it was Clayton.
So we're on the far end of the thing, right? And there's just trees all around us. His dad was a lumberjack, right? And so I put this down, and they're kind of freaked out a little bit. This was his first ghost
First
hunt,
time, yeah.
and so I'd been a couple times, and I wasn't really believing it. So I'm just kind of like, I'm just gonna really just put this on thick, right?
Yeah.
So I'm selling it. So I get up there and I'm like talking. I'm like, Grace, I'm like, you killed those men, didn't you, Grace? And I'm like, like talking. I'm getting an attitude, right? Well, as I'm getting an attitude, and they're like, dude, just like stop, just like chill, like just.
Then you
be
went
nice,
at the dad.
Be nice. And then so I went at the dad, who was a lumberjack, and I'm not even kidding you, dude. There was this ground shaking, thunderous tree fell right next to us.
It went pow.
I mean,
crack. Like it
boom.
just cracked in the freaking.
I mean, it shook the ground.
dude, it was.
And
I take off. Like as soon as I heard that,
Like, nope.
Bro,
I'm nope right
it
over there.
shook the
I had
ground.
black, I had
Like,
sunglasses.
It was
on my
pitch
head.
black. It was
They flipped down
Yeah.
and I smashed them on the. I hit a tombstone. I smacked a tombstone.
Bro, and I'm like, so when that happened, I'm pretending to not be scared, and I'm like,
come on.
yeah, will you take? Why, hey guys, wait, like, where'd you go? So then, like, I grab it, I'm like, guys, stop, slow down, stop
Yeah.
running, but I'm like trying to run, like, stop it.
So fast
Stop being
forward to
scared.
your house. We pull up his computer.
Yeah.
And like anybody does with like the ghost hunting
Yeah.
EVPs and stuff, we plug it in and we like upload it and all that out there, and then we start playing it.
And that very moment, you never hear the tree fall. You hear just this roar of pig squeals, like hog
And
squeals.
then you hear if you remember, it was pig squeals before that out there.
Yeah.
And then whenever the tree snaps, you don't hear it, you hear Bobby.
So
Swear.
I was like,
plain
I
as
never went
day,
again.
could
I never
not
went
have been
again.
Anything else.
Never went again. I was done.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
was
that
done.
I went back.
You did.
Took my
You went
picture
back.
out there.
I didn't go again. I was
No.
like, yeah,
She
I
said, that was
retired.
so romantic. Let's go back for a second.
Yes.
Let's do it. But that was a lot of fun. We have had an
Yes.
amazing amount of fun.
man.
This was a
So
great
much.
time, man. I
much.
appreciate you coming
Dude,
on.
loved it.
This was a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for chilling and the big skills was all about. It was me. It was me, and I was.
That's Israel right
Yes.
now on air.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Okay,
But
let's
thank
not
you
do
so
that
much.
anymore.
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Dustin Cranfield, D&D. He's known as the DM, the Dungeon Master. D&D Florent, right?
Yes.
No, yeah.
Yes. No.
No. He's the foreign master. But also gonna let you guys know next month, the month of April, April Fools, I believe it is, right? It's April
Yeah.
1st.
Is it before? Oh.
Lots of
My
thanks.
my tattoo artist Adam Paramo is going to be on here with us. He is going to tattoo me live on Blanket Fort Chronicles.
Don't want to miss that.
He is going to tattoo me your choice.
Oh God.
Your
Are you
choice.
sure you want to go that route?
I don't know if I want to go that route, but you, the chat, will take a poll and choose what he tattoos on me live. You do not want to miss it. You want to be
Might be
here
an
live.
opportunity for me.
This might be an opportunity.
100%.
He's like,
Dustin's like 25 years.
I've waited so long.
it's an Applebee's. It's the Applebee's logo.
Yes.
It's just the apple.
Just a hard hat.
It's a tube sock is what it is.
Yes.
So, yes, you do not want to miss. You want to be here. You want to be here live. It's cool to watch on a replay, but you will actually have a hand
Yes.
in what he tattoos me. So that's actually going to happen. Guys, this has been awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for joining
man.
the
Oh, yeah.
blanket fort, man.
Definitely,
You've been
bro.
in the blanket fort. Shout out. A tube sock
Tube
tattoo.
sock
There we go,
tattoo.
David.
Tube sock
Hey,
tattoo.
Tube sock. Yes.
McCain's
I
face.
am brave. So, thank you guys so much. Let's just play it out. Play it out for us, Chad. Play that. Play that
Play that
music.
funky music.
Play,
Wow.
it's all right. We're
Wow.
pre-dancing.
Wow,
we
just,
got this.
Just pre-dance.
Hey, hey, hey. Bye.